Alright guys, welcome back to Adekunle Olanipekun YouTube channel. So on today's episode, we are here live at the Bar and the Bench house to have a nice session with Moses Ebute SAN, the immediate past chairman of NBA Abuja Branch Unity Bar. Come with me for this wonderful session. Once again, my name is Adekunle Olanipekun and I'm the team leader of this initiative. So what this initiative is about is bridging the gap between the young lawyers and the big wigs in the profession. So let us see, we are so glad to have you on the show today. So please, can we meet you?
My name is Moses Ebute. You have already called me Lenesi. So I'm very sure that you know I'm a senior advocate of Nigeria by God's grace. And this is my office. I should flow from there.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Please do.
After my graduation from the university, like any other lawyer, I proceeded to Nigeria Law School. Our time it was only one campus, only one law school. You know now that we have campuses. Nigeria Law School Lagos, 1994, and we called in 1995, where I proceeded to do my youth service in the River State. And after the orientation camp, I was posted to the Ministry of Justice, River State, and when I got there, I prayed for rejection letter. I think they had no attorney general then. They had I think that time it was a general. Amosi Adoka Mesemeka was a Nigerian footballer. He plays for the Green Eagles then. But a lawyer and he rose to the position of the general. So when others were happy, they accepted. I said, sir, please, I want a rejection letter from him. I know, here we pay 2,000. We pay that more than others. Why? I said, no, I want to be a hard worker. Said, what do you mean by that? I said, no, government, when I was doing attachment, most of the cases being handled by Ministry of Justice, they were never in court. Or they were hardly in court. So I don't want to be a lazy person. And he said, for my boldness, well, it's okay, but go back, I'll give you 48 hours. Maybe you change your mind. And I came back. And I said, well, I think please reject me. And he prayed for me. From there, I got a chambers. I did my 1 year primary assignment here. So because of my work, I ran into somebody, Aguma, who asked me to join him after my youth service. So I remained in Rivers there for like 6-7 years before I moved. I joined Gazama. At that time I was already a senior advocate. And I did 4 years there, having learned the ropes from 2 major seniors. At 9+, I had to establish my own law firm, NBA Ebute and Co. I started my office at Metama. Then eventually I also had to merge with Oji SAN. Both of us were not senior advocates then. And so we're running our offices together. I was running MA Ebute and Co. Oji and associates. So that's how we're forging. And then by God's grace, he became a senior advocate. And then I had to be patient. Until my own came in 2020, I was conferred with that prestigious rank of senior advocate of Nigeria. So that's the journey. That's the special meeting, I think.
Thank you so much. Right. So would you like to share with us what motivated you to study law?
Well, I never had law in mind as a child until I finished my secondary school. It took me 4 years to get admission to do my A-levels. So at that my A-level, I discovered that I think I should venture into law. I think at that time we had few lawyers. And then in my area, we had few lawyers. Then one day, as a jobless person, I decided to visit a commission of inquiry being conducted by Justice Eri. He's still alive in Makodi. So when I saw the performance of lawyers there, I said, well, I think I should go into this profession, whatever it takes. So, and luckily, when I did my A level, I applied for law. I get admission to two universities. I did a IGMB, direct entry. I was offered admission. Then I also wrote JAMB. You know, in Nigeria, anything you do, you never the generator. You want to face, I use the other one. So I got admission again to study law in another university. So I had to go for the one of direct entry. So Meduguri, University of Meduguri, and the faculty of law was very wonderful then. And I still think they are doing well.
So when you got to university, was there anyone you look up to that motivated you, or to even become a senior advocate? Who was your most admired jurist?
As at that time, I think I had much about Oputa. I was reading law reports. I was always engrossed when I was reading his judgments. And then as a child, I used to listen to network news then. We heard of social person, Chief Justice of Nigeria, hearing of Ganifa Ahimi, Rotimi Williams. Then I got to reading law reports. Started seeing their submissions. I have seen judgments of Erike Faye and other CJNs of those days. Then I was looking up to people like Oputa really, and then Rotimi Williams.
Yes. Thank you so much, Daniel C. And this takes us to the next question.
Yeah.
As a senior advocate, and I'm sure you've diversified a couple of times. You've handled complex cases. Do you have a specific area of law where you major at the moment?
Well, I can't say I major in any area. I'm a general practitioner, yes, but maybe by dint of providence, I would say, most of the cases I've handled are civil. Then I also know that people think I major in election petition, because I know that since the advent of democracy, every 4 years, I'm one of the lucky ones. Yes, that get election petition briefs. So that one, even I'm sleeping, you tell me the principle of election petition, I'll tell you. But in civil cases generally, I think I'm there. And not that I don't do criminal, but I have few. Some I have lost, but many of them I also won. But I wasn't at Port Harcourt, I was doing more of criminal. I was doing civil too, but Abuja I just have more civil. I still do criminals.
Okay, sir. So among these civil cases, is there any, or maybe even some of the little criminal cases you've done, or election petition, is there anyone you've done that at the end of the judgment you feel so accomplished, you feel so fulfilled? Perhaps maybe it's even a pro bono case, or that made you feel like, yes, I think God wanted me to become a lawyer. Is there any of those?
Yes, I think I was an election petition where somebody's qualification was challenged, and they had to even bring the deputy vice chancellor, and in fact his entire transcripts were tendered. And when you look at the evidence, it looked intimidating, because you see somebody scoring maybe 30 over 100. So you now wonder, if this is my class, how did he graduate? I will come, look at what these people have. Are you sure you graduated? He said yes. So in the course of cross-examination, I was able to receive some evidence. He said from the DVC that actually he graduated, that what is before the court is the pre-receipt and pre-carryover results.
Not the actual.
Yes, but you see what the enemy can do. He went for the negative results, not proving that this person sat for receipt or had carryover and sat for them and passed. So if you see, in the course of examination, I was able to receive this fact from him, and that was enough to gain victory. And again, I ran into an authority in part 502 delivered by Nikitobi, who was also a DVC. I was able to establish how university degrees are awarded, and that in fact once a DVC or any exam officer from university comes to court to say this person is our product and he graduated, that the court no longer has jurisdiction. That is only the Senate of a university can review the result issued by that university. So, and when the justices look at it, they say this is a wonderful authority. And that's how the guy got cleared, and even on appeal, the same authority was used to knock out the case of the appellant. So I can't forget that in a hurry. And I also know of one case that somebody had even spent up to 9 months in detention awaiting trial because he was denied bail. But eventually we got an application. When I was going to the matter, he was granted bail pending trial. And eventually when we went to trial with no case submission, he was discharged.
I would like to, because one of the main reasons why this initiative came to bear is a lot of young lawyers actually leaving the profession because they don't feel there's this feeling that most of the seniors will not encourage them. Most of them are finding that to even try as their community here. So what advice would you like to give to young lawyers?
Well, it's all about patience. Even to become a lawyer in itself, it's not easy. Hard work is involved, patience and perseverance involved, prayer involved. And I know that a lot of our seniors in this profession, they don't have the interest of the young ones at heart in terms of motivation and good pay. Some are trying, kudos to them, but majority, they don't treat the juniors well. It happened to us in our own time. I was never discouraged because I had made up my mind that whatever it would take to be a successful lawyer, I'm ready, and God granted me the grace, and God granted me the grace. I'll tell you that when I was in Port Harcourt, in my time we were getting, I think 1,100 naira. Yes, for, how do you call it? NYC allowance. The way I was serving, the first office I got, they were paying me 500 naira. So even my transport to and fro alone is more than 500. The man told me to go get another place. And I got another place where they were paying me 1,500. If you add 1,500 to 1,100, you get 2,600 in a month. Wow. And then somebody that was doing well, I was making money, father rich, himself rich, who asked me to join him after service, now offered to pay me 2,500 naira. I will have that thing that I will get a shortage of 100 naira. I said, now that I'm a full, I want money service, can't I give back 5,000? I said, no, it doesn't work like that. Believe you me, I started work for 7 good months. I was not paid. Wow. That was enough to discourage me from practice. Wow. But I remained in a setting that I'm not familiar with. Not my state, Rivers, I was there for the first time in my life. How do I pay my rent? 7 good months, I wasn't paid, but I wasn't entitled, I continued. Until one day I had to tell, why don't you see me like this? He told me, I'm teaching you what life is all about. He had tested me, I discovered that in his words, you are very intelligent, you are hardworking, you are smart. Anybody paying you salary, shooting you. At a lawyer ought not to be on salary. Judge, you, Moses Ebute, you are too intelligent to be on salary. I don't want to shoot you. So learn the hard way, the only way. But he allowed me to use his office. I wanted to write letter, I'll use his letterhead, right? He will vet it. From there, maybe quit notice, small things like coming in. I started like that. Then, as a young lawyer, how much do you think I will get to sustain myself? And despite that, I got married. Then a classmate of mine brought Gazama to Port Harcourt. They were looking for me, I should join. I joined Gazama. He placed me on salary. I now tested the two. I said, yes, this my first principal was right. I'm actually being cheated. I cannot be on salary. And I left. So I started charging on my own, 5,000, 10,000. So small, I am where I am today. So one, I know that a lot of our seniors are not doing the right thing. But the junior ones too should be ready to learn first and foremost. Putting the profession means you are going to learn something different. You must be patient to also learn wherever you are going. You can even see Nigeria today, doctors who are even employed are even leaving.
Yes, sir.
It's the process of impatience. Somebody else develops where you are going to. So we have to remain here to develop our own land. And then, as a junior, don't think because your principal is using an SUV, you being a starter, you want to also start using an SUV. You can start from somewhere. The principal that is using an SUV started from somewhere. Yes, he didn't start with SUV. And then you may be looking at his income, money coming in, coming out. How does he pay his rent? The same person provided other things in the office, computers and co. So if he was just dashing out money anyhow, he won't have been able to build that house, that office, or equip the office. So it's a two-way traffic. It's a two-way traffic. Juniors must be prepared first and foremost to learn. When you learn and you feel that well, you are okay, you can go. But if you don't want to learn and you want to make money, then the two cannot work. So that is just my advice to the junior ones.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And I think I should ask this last question because I know you're the immediate past NBA
yes.
For the sake of our young colleagues that were just called to Nigeria, would you like to share with us what the NBA has for them, or the more reason why they should join the NBA as a body?
Well, once you become a lawyer, you don't have an option. So you are an automatic member of our NBA.
I mean, in part of participation.
Yes, you see, once you say you are a member of an association, yes, you need to be devoted. Okay, because as we are talking, those who are senior lawyers today were juniors before.
Definitely.
The judges we have today came from the bar.
Yes,
they were first called to the bar before they became judges and magistrates. Now today, how do you become a magistrate? How do you become a judge? How do you become a senior advocate? NBA must recommend you. So, because you need NBA recommendation, you cannot do without the bar. Whether I like it or not. To be a judge, you need the NBA recommendation. Yes, to be an SAN, you need NBA recommendation. And many other things like that. So if your association will not recommend you, then there is a problem on your side. So we need to participate in NBA activities and functions, and especially the junior ones, because with time they will get to know what I'm saying. You get to know you need MBA, and again, unlike before, we now have insurance package. In terms of death or accident, then we have insurance cover for us. So if you are not a member and you look into this, there could be death, accident, you miss out. In fact, now we also have NHIS. Yes, it is cheaper. So at least even because of these two alone, you need it. And then you may run into a problem with security agencies. And at times they say, which branch? Who is your chairman? Some don't know the chairman. And at even 12 midnight, 2 a.m., I used to get calls from the police station. There is a lawyer here, somebody here came to be a lawyer, and when we caught him this hour of the night, we were wondering, that introduce yourself as a lawyer, we don't want to believe it. And we know you are the chairman of the bar. I said, yes. Once I clear, I said, yes, I know him. They will allow him to go. So that's one of the benefits of being a member. There are some I may not know. I'll say, who do you know? Any of the ESCO members, if you mention the name, I'll call the person. If he knows. Those person, they say he knows you, or do you know him? Say yes. I'll now call the DPO or whoever. Yes, I have confirmed that one of us. Please allow him to go. If you need his attention, I can even bring him tomorrow. They say, no. You are even lucky you are an SAN, so we don't doubt you. We don't want any court case. At least you have cleared him. So that is the advantage of membership.
Thank you so much.
Thank you,
it's been a wonderful time.
I'm grateful.
Dear colleagues, you've heard from the learned Moses Ebute SAN. We thank you for your guidance.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Alright guys, thank you for watching this episode with Moses Ebute SAN. And if you have not subscribed to the channel, please kindly do that now and share with your colleague. See you guys very soon on the next episode. Bye.